Good morning, guys. I have a quick story to tell y'all, but it is 7:14. I got up at about 5:45. Got in my morning Bible study and prayer request list, and I feel good. Feel much better than yesterday. I then ran out, so I got a quick story to tell y'all. My little boy collects, and I think they did them nationally, so if you have a Winn-Dixie, you know what I'm talking about. He is 8, and he does have, he has autism, but he's high functioning. And when he really gets into something he loves, like, okay, he's 8, and he obsesses over Paw Patrol, and I know that's a little bit younger than him, but that's part of it. He loves Star Wars now. All of a sudden, he's like, let's watch every movie. I can only handle so much. Anyway, Winn-Dixie did this great thing where they were giving out these shells. They looked like a octagon, and they were Star Wars, and they had a book. So he bought the book with his own money. And where I live, I only have a Walmart and a Winn-Dixie and a local grocery store. So I go to Winn-Dixie for a lot of things. So he collected them, and the event ended like January 15th or something. So I put a post out on Facebook World and asked, I have tons of friends that probably shop at Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie's real popular in like Louisiana and Mississippi and stuff because they used to have fuel points. So I just put it out there. I asked if anybody had any, messaged me. I'd tell him what numbers he's missing because he was so upset when he found out they were no longer going to have them. And we kind of started late in the game. Well, a good friend of mine from high school had like almost all of the ones he was missing, maybe all except for like 10. No, yeah, probably about, she had 20 cards. Let's just put it like that. She had 20 cards to mail, to give to me. Well, I said, Anthony loves mail. He loves to check the mailbox. That's one of his chores that he gave to himself. So he loves to go out and he checks the mail. And if he gets something in the mail, it's like the best thing in the world. So she mailed them on Saturday. And they arrived to my house in Mississippi. Sorry, guys. Yesterday. Well, I'm home. I'm not home. Sorry. And so my husband calls me last night because they had Boy Scout awards. So he calls me last night and he says, did somebody send Anthony something? I'm like, yeah. Oh my gosh, it came in. Anthony's going to be so excited. Tomorrow, put it back in the mailbox and let him get it. He's like, no, you don't understand. There's nothing in the envelope. What? Yeah, there's nothing in the envelope. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So he sends me a picture. The envelope was ripped at the corner, and she had written across the seal, "May the Force be with you." Somebody ripped it open, like just the corner, opened it, and took them. That's a federal offense, I think, to open somebody else's mail. But she didn't have tracking on it. Now, she did mail it. Like, she had to go in the post office, because I mailed out 4 to another friend of mine in Louisiana. And I had to go in the post office, and they, like, charged it a different way because it had to be mailed weird because of its crevices. But they took it. And I was so upset. I took to Facebook asking if anybody knew if there was anything I could do, like, as far as, because I'm pretty sure it only goes through 2, possibly 3 post offices from her site location. And all of a sudden, I get this response of people that have them. And they're like, come get them, come get them. And, I mean, they're in packages, so you don't know what numbers they are. So, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the people who reached out that have some, because he knew they were coming. So he's going to be a little heartbroken over that. He's going to be looking every day if I don't just tell him what happened. So I'm going to let him know that we're going to pick up some. One of my old bosses, he has like 40 of them. And so he's like, they're not open. My kids aren't interested. Just come get them. So I'm going to go by my old work and pick those up. And then, so I got up early this morning because the girl who sent them to me, looked through the list of numbers I gave her and had like 3 or 4. So I went to her house and picked those up this morning because she put them in her mailbox, and I freaked out. I was like, I know the mail doesn't pass this early, but I just don't want that to happen. Then I went to my another local, actually it's a parish. Louisiana has parishes. I went to, because I haven't had my coffee, I just had my Jesus, because my dad's coffee maker was malfunctioning. So I'm actually waiting outside the coffee shop after I film this. I'm going to run in and get me some coffee. But I ran to the parish local grocery store in hopes that they'd have it, because sometimes they have things that regular grocery stores don't carry. But they didn't. But I did find this. So I drank almond milk. But what got my eye on this one was, you see that? 30 calories. And that's for a cup. So I was looking at some of the other brands that we have bought in the past. I really like cashew milk, but they didn't even carry cashew milk. But like some of their almond milks was like 90 calories for a half a cup. So I went ahead and grabbed that. It is unsweetened vanilla. I'm hoping that it might do the same thing, because with that one that I found at Rouse's, like I said, I was able to put it in my coffee and not even put sugar. And so that was great. But I'm going to run into this coffee shop and I'm going to grab me some coffee. And then I'm going to get back home and I'm going to show you guys my prayer journal and how I do my morning study. So y'all have a great day. See y'all in a bit. Hey guys, here I am. This isn't my traditional Bible study spot, but I had my Bible study this morning. I did get me some coffee, and I just wanted to go over, what I do in the morning, maybe to give you guys some ideas or pointers. I think everybody should have a moment with God, with themselves. Sorry, y'all, my phone froze. With God, with your spouse if they're available. That really has brought me and Brian a lot closer, having that time where we could read together and talk about what we read, and which leads into like daily questions, concerns, and all that stuff. So I mentioned in my first video that I have a notebook. This is my notebook that I got at Hobby Lobby. My daughter actually bought it for me for Christmas, and in it I write prayer requests that I see on Facebook, prayer requests that we talk about in church, and just, personal ones. I'm not going to show those to you because I don't want names to be put out there. This is not my Bible, this is my mom's that I'm going to be using today. So I had mentioned that in my Bible, I think I mentioned this, I don't know if that was one of the deleted videos, I keep a card where I stop on my personal Bible study, because like in Sunday school, like right now we're reading Samson, so that's a different class study, so I do that during the week to try to stay up on it and reread and understand. But today I went ahead and went to one of my favorite books, Proverbs, and so I got my coffee. So I open up my mornings with a prayer. Like I said, I put my hand over my prayer notebook, and I just ask God for healing, blessings, His guidance, His way be told. So I'm going to open it up and try to avoid those pages. This is brand new. So today my Bible study was on Proverbs 29:25. And if you look, you can kind of see. Let me go and read 29:25. So, the fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe. So, my Bible study today was about that and how God is bigger than people, and our problems revolve around the idea that we fear people way too much. So, I did some pinpoints. This was my own input. I did read the chapter, the whole book, 29, 1 through 27, but God is bigger than the bully. God is bigger than your worries. God is bigger than your mistakes. Trust in the Lord and experience His protection and life. And then I put a prayer that I'm going to try to pray every day, every morning, to myself in the mirror. Today, I believe that God is bigger than man, and I will trust Him. I find that on our walk, in my spiritual walk, it has changed so drastically in the last couple years. But I do find that daily I fear things that I shouldn't, and I have to remind myself that if I trust in the Lord and give Him my fears and my doubts and my burdens, that He will, direct me if I'm open. I feel like that's a hard thing for people to understand. You have to open the lines of that communication. You have to trust, you have to be willing. It's a big step. Like, I've been in church my entire life, and probably the last 7 years, maybe less, has this journey taken such a whirlwind turn for me.